Hi everybody, it's Josh and Elizabeth from tfa.com bringing you this week's new releases.
I'm kicking things off with the highly anticipated by me, John Byrne's Next Men 31. When I first started in comics, it was John Byrne that brought me to the party. So I have a deep and abiding love and respect for him that's annoying to pretty much all of my coworkers. This is the relaunch or the continuation of a story that ended 16 years ago. And I remember when it ended, I was dying for the next issue. But unfortunately, because they're relaunching it after 16 years, they've had to pack for pretty much a recap of the entire series within this comic. And plus, the structure of the Next Men is always like the Next Men wake up and they realize whatever reality they've bought into isn't the real reality. And they've done it so many times that I kind of don't believe anything I read here. I mean, they could be in the past, which it looks like they might be in the past. They could be in the future. I'm not sure where they're going. I feel disoriented, but I'm hoping that this is an issue that's just to flush it out, you know, set it up again and kick into a new story. And on the plus side, John Byrne's art is freaking amazing here. He's really kind of taken the best elements of his modern day style and put them in here.
First one I'm going to start off with is Star Wars Legacy War. Darth Krayt is back from the dead, and that's the thing that I focus on. I'm not so much about Cade Skywalker at this point or anything like that.
Is he in here?
Yes, he's actually in here. So
does
like
he
died.
A soul patch?
Yes, he died. He died, or so we thought, but now he's back, younger and stronger than ever, and he is out to declare war. Gosh, there's a lot of good fighting with Warlock in here that I was really looking forward to because he had to pay, you know, his comeuppance for actually killing him. So definitely a good start to hopefully what will be a very exciting story arc for Legacy.
Nice. I looked into Avengers Academy #7 on the recommendation of a store employee here, Brent, who told me I should be checking this out. I read it when it first launched, and I enjoyed it. It's one of those books that kind of slipped through the cracks because there's so many Avengers and all of this. And it's kind of further developing my love for Hank Pym. As you can see, spoiler alert, he is back as Giant Man, which I hope this is permanent because frankly him calling himself the Wasp was just kind of creepy. It seemed kind of psycho to me, the movie, and it just seemed a little strange. This of course is it's a teenage team, but this issue largely focuses on Hank and Tigra, who has kind of had his kid in a weird way. You kind of have to read it to understand. But some important revelations, some important themes of love and loss, and you know, if you can get someone back, you've got to weigh the costs versus the benefits. He wants to bring Janet back. It's probably not the best thing. Not a lot of focus on the kids here, which are a really interesting part of this story. It's a bunch of superpowered kids who have been brought in not because they're the best and the brightest, but because they are the ones who could perhaps, they have the greatest likelihood of becoming supervillains. So I'd like to see a little bit more of that, but I guess I'm just going to have to read the next issue.
Darkwing Duck #7. It's dangerous. Ian Brill has a phenomenal feel for the character. I grew up loving this show, so it's really fun to kind of go back and, you know, rediscover Darkwing Duck right now as an adult. So James Silvani does it really good with the art. Like, it's all spot on from what the cartoon was, so it feels like an episode of Darkwing Duck. So those fans of you out there who maybe have been on the fence or didn't think that they wanted to read an all ages book, this is a good book and you'll enjoy it. Let's see, Gosling gets in on some of the action that we've been seeing during, you know, the most recent story arc, where there are a bunch of alternate reality Darkwings out there on the loose, and so she's helping wrangle some of those in. Morgana and Magica De Spell are locked in kind of a fighting mode in this issue, which is really good, and the outcome of which is actually pretty funny, so I think you'll enjoy it. Definitely get this one. The next issue is the last one of the story arc, and this one sets it up pretty well, I'm assuming.
Nice. Then I've got Conan Road to Kings #1. New creative team, but it picks up pretty much exactly where Conan the Cimmerian left off. I really enjoyed this. I was a little disappointed not to see Villarrubia and the other previous artist, because I really enjoyed their work. But they've got Mike Hawthorne doing it, and he's got a really dynamic, really dynamic, active style that doesn't skimp on like characters and what they look like. This was just a rollicking adventure. I really like that they kind of developed the character of Olivia a little bit more. She's not just the boobs in the butt here. You know, she's got a point of view. She's got things she wants to do, and kind of her wishes are kind of driving the story a little bit. But yeah, it's a great kickoff. Pick it up.
Definitely. And then I've got Green Lantern number 60, which is a Braddish Day issue. Obviously, you can find all these issues at tfile.com/Braddish-Day. Yes, okay. Basically what happens in this one is a yellow emotional element has taken over Barry Allen. Hal Jordan's got to fight him and try to free his friend, basically. They talk a lot about Parallax, so if you're into that, get the issue. It was okay. It was just an okay issue. I wouldn't say that I'm completely in love with how they've taken Braddish Day, but I respect Jeff Johns immensely, and I think that he's a wonderful storyteller. So hopefully, he'll rope me in soon. But at this point, I'm kind of on the outskirts of it. At the end of this issue, you get to see an image from the Green Lantern movie. So those of you who are just gung-ho about it will enjoy this issue just for that even. But yeah, I'll give it a B.
All right. The last one I've got is Charm number 4. Looks like Dave Hoover's gone. I couldn't find the artist's name anywhere in here. There's a brew here up on the cover, but either I missed it or it's really hard to find here. But I never really watched much of the show. It frankly wasn't really my favorite. But Paul Ruditis, the writer, you can tell he really loves the show. He's an able writer. I think this new artist has the same problem that a lot of artists have when it comes to drawing likenesses. He has to draw, the main characters to look like the actresses.
Right.
So a lot of times in the artwork, it looks like a drawing of a page and then kind of almost like a photo kind of put in there. Like you can tell he kind of drew it from a photo. Hopefully he gets more comfortable with this and it's not quite so jarring and comes up with his own sort of style, his own version of doing the ladies. But I know that Charmed is extremely popular. I know there's a huge fan base, and if you love the show, you are going to love this. And that's it. On every page on our site, if you hit the red Arriving This Week button, you can see everything that came out this week. And on YouTube, there will be a little link down there. Thank you.
See you next week.
Bye.